Good morning, everybody. It's Mike. It is Monday, the 25th of May. This is my week ahead video. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for everybody who's had loved ones who have served this country and are no longer with us. We go into a short week. We have a 4-day week here as we go in here. Markets are going to open at an all-time high unless something changes as futures are open. We have talk that a deal is close, but then some other people come out and say it's not that close. Regardless, the market's thinking it's close. Economic perspective this week. We have consumer confidence at 10 a.m. on Tuesday tomorrow, and I'm not expecting good numbers there. Thursday morning for you guys in the room, we'd love you all to join us, by the way. We open the room up early for stuff like this. We have GDP and PCE and corporate profits, so we have a big morning there, and Chicago PMI closes out on Friday. Earnings perspective for the week ahead, we switch gears here. So, you can see we kind of move into this cloud space type thing. You have Zscaler out there. You have Salesforce, Snow, Marvel, HPQ, Dell is in there, Costco, Path, Sentinel Group, Best Buy, right? PDD, another China name, Futu's out there. But really, the focus is going to be on cloud, right? So this is important, right? Because this is what we're looking to see what we're going to do for the week. We look at sentiment. Sentiment here. We have the oscillators plus 30. Okay, positive side of neutral. Neutral on the Nasdaq, on the New York Stock Exchange, negative 11. Negative side neutral, not a big deal. Your advanced decline lines are curling up nicely. Highs versus lows on the S&P 500 plus 63 versus negative 12. These are strong numbers. On the Nasdaq plus 340 versus negative 110. These are very strong numbers, right? So everything's changed again. The put to call. Uh, Sorry, blocking another spam bot. Been doing this all morning up there. Put the call back to neutral. And market breadth turned back up here on the NASDAQ as well as the New York Stock Exchange. So the ES currently open right now and trading here, and we've seen this move up, and we're at a new all-time high, right? So we're going to open at a new all-time high tomorrow morning. We'll see how we deal with it on Tuesday morning. Remember, Tuesday is one of the best trading days of the week on average. And Q also, new all-time high. Crude getting hammered. So somebody on Twitter went out and said, "Well, XLE is not open." I'm like, "Yeah, but crude's getting hammered here. And if crude's getting hammered, XLE is going to get hammered. So just keep that in mind, right?" So crude getting hammered. Bonds. I don't know why my screen is doing this. Bonds up a little bit. This is good to see. Gold, silver, nothing going on. Bitcoin still remains the wicked stepchild. Nobody wants it. The VIX back down here, right? Nothing going on here. HYG trying to come off the lows. We'd really like this to join the party. The transports trying to strengthen. Another one we'd really like to join the party. And the dollar coming in. This is good, right? That means this whole worry over Iran is starting to change. All right, so where's this leave us as we go into this week? You look at the S&P 500, and we just missed the all-time high on Friday. We're going to open a new all-time high here pre-market, right? You can't see it right now. We'll be up. And overall, this dip was buyable in very shallow dips. And that's been the nature of this market, right? This FOMO move, these buy the dip, buy the effing dip, buy the dip here is what we've been seeing here. And, you watch for a break of 750 and a move higher. So where's that leave us for this week and what are we looking at? Well, I'm going to start off with the financials, right? Because the financials here woke up on Friday. Nice little move up here, right? Didn't do much, but they gapped up. We know Goldman Sachs is up and leading, and it's at an all-time high. And this is leading because at all-time high because of SpaceX. They're going to get $1 billion plus in fees alone from the SpaceX IPO, which is expected to be about a 75 billion IPO, roughly. Morgan Stanley's number two, right? The rest of the banks are all lined up, right, for this. They're also going to make a plethora off the stock options they've been giving on top of this. So they're going to make a fortune. So they're leading. Morgan Stanley up as well. The question is, does this translate over to the rest of stocks? And when you look around, can't type today, JP Morgan, Citigroup trying to wake up as well, right? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're not really doing much. As for energy, we'll see where this is tomorrow morning, but I would wait a week and see where this goes. XBI and retail, there's nothing going on here other than Lilly, which is strong. Nice move there. I like 1100 for your next area there. You look at Dow stocks like Boeing, nothing going on there. CAT, UAL, like the airlines. I mean, it's just nothing much to like here right now. They don't want them. Um, let's talk about what else is going on. How about space? Rocket Lab all-time highs. Nice move here. Push back above it on Friday. This one looks very good. ASTS is waking up as well, right? We can see these run into the SpaceX IPO, which is on the 12th of June. The thing I will tell you is this is with these big banks and these big funds supporting SpaceX, the market dives, that's going to be a horrible IPO, right? They make money when they can come in and sell their shares at a higher price, not when they have to sit there and hold on to them. So they're going to prop the markets up. I don't see this market going anywhere without some news out of nowhere before this IPOs. Just put it in perspective, right? So these both look good. I want to switch my focus to IGV because this is a huge week for cloud names. We're sitting here, and I have that line there. We're sitting at a gap. So do we go into this gap, right? IGV gap fill up here to the 99 area, and then we'll see, right? And with all these names reporting like CRM this week, which I do hold and I'm very underwater on, and I try to be very transparent with you guys about this, right? Snow reporting, I really like actually Snow. I'm actually considering buying it back. I held it and I sold it for a nice big profit. Microsoft here really needs to break 430, but overall looks good. Oracle needs to break 200, but overall looks better than the 200-day there. There's some strength starting to come in here. I also own Path. They report this week, right? We've watched and see what they want to do, what happens there. So you have some strength in these names. Netflix, this name just can't get going. Watching it, looking at it, staring at it, but can't quite wake up. When we talk the semis, the SMH is leading, new all-time high there. So there's names I just not interested in here. I'm not touching ARM up at these levels, right? This is just too extended to me. Not from an ownership, from a trade perspective, just figure out what you want to do. Qualcomm is a little scary to me the way this thing's trading, but overall looks good. We have Marvel reporting this week. AMD broke out on Friday and held that pop. It's a new all-time high there. NVIDIA, I know everybody wants to talk NVIDIA. I have nothing but good things to say about this report, and I mean this. And I've gone through this report. I've talked to my members about it a ton. There's nothing I didn't like in that report. Just putting it out there and just being very, very honest with you guys. Why they sold off? Well, you have to look back sometimes at history, and when you look back here and you say, "What have they done with earnings?" Well, they sold it here. Oh, look, they sold it here. Oh, look, they sold it here. Oh, look, they sold it here. They just like to sell this report, no matter what. I think it was a great report. When you're generating 49 billion in free cash flow a quarter, put that into your mind. They generated just shy of 50 billion in free cash flow a quarter, right? Apple, who has been the king of this, would love these numbers. So, these guys can do what they want. They're making money. They have all these companies they've been buying into, and they have their own little hedge fund going. There's nothing I don't like here. If it holds a 21 day, awesome. Sorry, I spent so much time on them, but yeah, just putting in perspective. Intel still looks really good here. The only thing I'd be starting to watch out for, and I don't know how realistic this is if the government comes in or NVIDIA and they start dumping their stakes right after this huge move. But still looks great. Overall, they look great. Micron digesting, SanDisk digesting. This is much needed digestion action. This is great. Let's go to tech. Apple, new all-time highs. You're going to get a gap up on a day 4 or day 3 on this one, 4 on this one on Tuesday. Not sure I'd chase that. Google, we got a head fake last week, popped to new all-time high. They sold the hell out of it. Watch that 21 day, see if that holds. I like Amazon over 270. Just very clear. Looks good. Meta, still stuck in this range. It really needs to break and hold these moving averages. Look at how they keep coming together here. The 21 and the 50-day here together needs to break above that if we're going to get any kind of action on that. We talked about Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla. Tesla, look at that gap sitting up there. It's a juicy gap at 434 and change. 64, we'll keep an eye on that. Overall, Tesla looking good. As far as anything else, guys, we'll see what they rotate to. These IONQ looks very nice up here. So does RGGI. So does QBTS, right? They're moving back into these quantum names. So we'll keep an eye on them. That said, it's a short week. We'll see what we get. I don't like the big gap up we're currently likely to get tomorrow morning. So we'll trade that carefully and we'll see what they come after. Have a great Memorial Day, guys, and I'll catch you bright and early in the morning.